No, I know he has...
No, come on, he just maybe... Look, maybe he just left for school.
No,
That's all.
no, he was not going to school. We agreed that he was going to stay home and stay near to me.
Mother, who are you calling?
I am calling the police.
You can't do that.
I have no choice, Emily. Yes, this is an emergency.
Barbara, is that you?
Hal, Paul's gone. He's not in his room. I am so afraid that James...
Wait, Barbara, hey, hold it. Stop. Wait a minute. Our man saw him leave your house about an hour ago, then followed him out to the Hugheses and then over to Lucinda Dixon's.
Lucinda's, why would he go there?
Dusty Donovan drove him out there, so you can stop worrying. We've got our best man watching him. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Barbara, did you have some reason to believe that Paul was in danger? Barbara?
Paul, if you see Andy in school, invite him over. I'll get off from work early. Come over here, play some tennis, saddle up some horses, and have a good time, all right?
Fine with me, as long as it's okay with Dr. Dixon.
It sounds good to me, Paul.
Darling, do you really think that's such a very good idea? I'll be working. I won't be here.
The boys know their way around, dear. I know what's going on with Andrew, Paul. I appreciate your concern. Thank you.
Paul, have you checked with your mother? Do you know whether she'd approve?
I haven't checked with her. I'll do that.
Now, maybe Paul and Andy could stay for dinner, and Pam and I could arrange the same thing. We'll all eat together.
I was just about to suggest the same thing myself. I tell you what, I'll try to get home from work early. Saddle up, ride with the boys. What do you say?
Mommy, I thought you were in Los Angeles.
Well, I finished my business early, darling, and I was just a tad surprised when the servants informed me that you were having breakfast down here. Monica, what on earth do you want to... There's someone in the shower.
Mommy, please don't.
Monica Lawrence, you have a man in there, don't you?
No, I don't. Mommy, please, no. Oh, right, so I do. I'm a grown woman. Mommy, please don't embarrass him.
Embarrass him? I'll do more than embarrass him. I'm going to put an end to this, right here and now.
Mommy, if you go in there, I will never forgive you, and neither will he. And neither will Lucinda Dixon.
Lucinda? What does she have to do with this?
Mommy, it's Dusty Donovan.
Award winner, As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Rich Delicious Mountain-Grown Folgers Crystals and by Comet. For your modern surfaces, today's Comet. As safe as a liquid, as tough as Comet.
Dusty Donovan?
Yeah, is it such a huge surprise? You know we were seeing each other.
Dusty?
And if you go in there, he'll be furious because you're acting like a vice squad, and then maybe he won't even want to see me anymore.
Oh, darling. Oh, darling, I should have known. The little girl's all grown up. Now, Monica, I hope you were very careful.
Mommy, I'm not stupid. But I do appreciate your concern, Mummy. Even so, I think you should, for Dusty's sake, maybe go back to the house.
All right, darling. All right, I will. Monica, you and I are going to have a very long talk about all of this.
All right, and thank you for understanding. This was really very awkward, and I'm so glad you're back. We'll talk. Yeah.
Yes, we certainly will.
Did you hear any of that?
Just the last chapter, but you handled it very well.
I thought she was going to go in and drag you out of the shower. I told her it was Dusty. Was that a stroke of genius or what?
Yes, pure genius, but listen to me. We cannot take a chance like that again.
But it was worth it. I mean, last night was the most wonderful evening of my life.
Yes, mine too. But Monica, listen, we must maintain secrecy, okay? It's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I know. I just wish we could go away together. Oh, I hate all this secrecy. I just want the whole world to know about us.
Yes, well, listen, be patient. Be patient with me. And if today goes well, they'll know soon. They'll know very soon.
I think it's nice that you're making Paul feel welcome just for Andy's sake, really.
Thank you, Mr. Kissinger.
Fine. I'll see you at the hospital, all right? Goodbye. See you.
All right.
Hi. Did you hear from Lily?
No, nothing.
Nothing. You want to ride to the hospital right now? I'll bring you over there.
No, I don't have to be until 11, and I thought I'd stick around and give Aunt Lucinda a little moral support.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Mom, I know. I don't understand why you were so worried. I already told Dad that I would not go away with him again.
Do you think that matters to him? Paul, I was terrified when I couldn't find you in your room. Don't do this to me again. If the police hadn't known where you were...
I'm sorry. Listen, I've decided I'm going to go to school today.
Absolutely not. No school. We already agreed on that, Paul.
Barbara. Look, Hal Munson's already suspicious. Maybe school is the safest place for Paul to be.
That's what I thought the last time when you helped James abduct him.
Now listen to me, young man. I will meet you at Fashion's office immediately, okay?
Okay, I'll see you later.
Paul, what did your mother have to say about the idea of you coming back here later?
Actually, I didn't even ask her.
Why don't you give her a call, dear? I'm sure Barbara will listen to you. Paul, listen, I really shouldn't let what goes on between your father and me affect my attitude towards you. I apologize. I'm really grateful for your concern about Andrew. Thank you. Pam, listen, Dustin's coming over for dinner after work tonight. I hope you can make it, too.
Think I could squeeze it into my busy schedule?
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess I'll see you guys later.
I'll go out with you, because
Okay,
I'm going to go have breakfast.
Great. See ya.
Why don't you want the boys riding up this afternoon?
What?
Why don't you want the boys riding?
I told you I had reasons.
Yeah, but what's the real reason?
Real reason? Well, darling, we could start with one real reason. Don't you think it shows monumental insensitivity on your part to saddle me with a house full of guests when I'm feeling the way I'm feeling about Lily being missing?
I suppose this is on part of the family as well, huh? Speaking of Lily, have you called Sierra to find out if she heard from her?
What? No, I haven't called Sierra.
Well, why not?
Because Sierra is going to call me if she hears anything. She hasn't called me, therefore.
Well, you know, you're never at a loss for something like this, are you? You're always holding things back from me. Why is it? You're never going to learn. Your lies drove Sierra away, it drove Lily away, and if you don't watch out, it's going to drive me away, too.
Don't say mean things to me like that,
Well, why do you shut me out, then?
You trust me, and you give me time, and you give me space, and I'll tell you later, and then everything will be fine the way it was.
I've heard that before.
Oh, good morning, John. What? Lucinda.
Morning. I'm going out of my mind all morning. I've been making small talk with people about unimportant things, about the red.
Lucinda, what is it? What's the matter? Is Lily still missing?
No, Lily is not missing. James has got her. I can't feel. I'm just shaking all over, and I have no thoughts, and I have no plans, and I don't know what I want to do, and if he touches my daughter, if he hurts my daughter, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just don't know.
Hello, Princess. Miss me?
Oh, yeah. So when are you gonna let me out of here, Nick?
If everything goes according to plan, tonight. Brought you some breakfast.
That's brilliant. How am I supposed to eat it?
Hey, just hold your horses, okay?
Ow!
Let me get these cuffs off you. Remember, I don't want you trying anything funny. Is that clear?
Yeah, that's clear.
All right. You just be a good little girl and behave yourself.
Ow.
Come on, over here. Right over here. I'm gonna set you a nice little table. Madame? Your breakfast is served.
Where did you get this thing, Nick? It's as hard as a rock. I feel like I'm gonna break a tooth.
Oh, just shut up and eat, you spoiled little brat. I don't want to hear another word out of you. Everything okay?
Yeah, fine. It's not as bad as I thought.
There, you see? I told you. Things can only get better.
Thanks for letting me be late. I just wanted to catch up with Mama and Casey.
It's okay, it's okay, don't
It
worry.
did my cynical heart good listening to Mama talk about her wedding plans. Oh, she was so happy. And then she started thinking, of course, about Craig. Whether he would be there and how he ought to be there. Look, will you do me a favor? Will you be brutally honest with me about something?
I'll certainly do my best.
My idea that James is holding Craig over Lucinda. Is it crazy?
No, not crazy. But we don't have any proof, Margot. I mean, I still think that Barbara is our best link to Steinbeck. You know, she called this morning, almost hysterical, because she didn't know where Paul was.
No.
No, I mean, he's okay. He just left the house early, went over to Andy's, and then over to Lucinda Dixon's, which I knew because Dougherty's tailing it. But from the fear in her voice, I think she's talked to Steinbeck. I think he might make his move to grab Paul soon.
Here's the latest on that snake. Well, you know, it was an Australian death adder. Uh-huh.
Right.
No zoos reported one missing.
Well, I guess the little guy did belong to Simon and Geraldine, though.
Oh, come on. You really think they flew all the way back here just so they could put it in the castle?
No, not really. Duncan thinks it was Steinbeck. Maybe he's right.
Oh, Margot, did you talk to Sullivan?
No, I just got in.
He told me that Rod Landry was here last night looking for you. Something about Emily Stewart.
I just talked to Sierra. There's still nothing on Lily now. But Sierra's convinced she hasn't run off again.
Well, where is she then, Rod?
Does Ivan know about this?
I don't think she knows, because if she knew, she would have said something to me.
Well, I think she should. Come on. Come on. Iva? Look, I don't want to upset you, but I think you should know. Lily left Sierra's place sometime last night, and she hasn't been back.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, did anything happen between her and Holden?
I asked Holden if he told her the truth, and he said no, he didn't.
Well, it's got to be something.
Sierra said that they were together just a few seconds before and everything was fine. Sierra went upstairs to check on Brian, right? She heard the phone ring. Lily picked up the phone. She heard her answer it, and when she came downstairs, she was gone.
Thank you for driving me to work. You want to stay around and have a cup of coffee?
I have an appointment. I'll talk to you later, all right?
See ya.
You have no idea where she...
We're going to go and have a cup of coffee, Tony and I. Would you like to join us?
I would like to very much, but I really have to get to work, okay? We'll work something out.
Yeah,
all right? Don't
all
worry
right,
about it.
I'll talk to
Nice to see you.
Want a cup of coffee?
No, thank you. Lily's missing.
Did she run away again?
I don't know that. I have to go talk to Holden.
Iva, when Josh was here, did he say anything about Tony and me?
No, why would he?
I don't know. You know, Josh. I'm a little surprised to see you just talking with him and being so buddy-buddy with him. If you can forgive him, why can't you even forgive my own husband?
First of all, I am not being buddy-buddy with him. And maybe it's because I didn't believe that he was abused that I'm talking to him.
No, you should be. He's a liar.
You know, Meg, it's really funny because Aunt Elizabeth says that he's telling the truth. Now, why would she lie? She also said that you were the one that followed him around in Kansas. You followed him around just like a shadow, and you were the one that had a crush on him. Excuse me.
Well, what's that look for?
Well, congratulations, Doctor. Now that you've got the blood tests out of the way, when are you going to set the date, huh?
Well, I'm working on her.
Good. Don't forget to let me know.
We will.
Okay.
See you later.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Why
happened? I thought you were going to be singing in New York for several weeks.
Oh, well, they found a replacement.
Oh, how awful. I was sure that you were going to be a big hit. What happened?
Well, it's just that I had another very important engagement I had to think about.
Casey and I are getting married.
I have to get to the office.
Fine. Could you take a taxi and leave me the car?
Why do you need the car?
Because I have errands to run, most of them for you, like picking up that damn blazer at the cleaners. You distracted me from telling you about what happened at Meg Reyes today. Tonio came home with a blazer on that had some buttons that were very unique.
You don't mean the same buttons that we...
Yes, they looked very much like the one that the police found on the dock by the waterfront.
Shannon, if they're the same buttons, Antonio Reyes may be another one of Steinbeck's contacts here in Oakdale. I've got to get a look at those buttons.
I am so sorry to keep you waiting. I've been trying my best to calm Barbara down.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. She won't tell me. Right now, she's talking with Emily. Anyway, I hope you've come by here to tell me that you're going to move back to the yacht.
No, I've come to ask you if you've rented out my suite yet.
Darling, of course not. Your uncle and I want you to come back there to live.
Lisa, don't you get it yet? I am madly in love with Duncan, and he is madly in love with me. His castle is my home now.
All right.
I'm moving in for good.
Okay. Can't you wait just a little bit until the authorities have caught James Steinbeck and get him in a little striped suit?
That might happen a little faster than you might think. Now, not a word to my beloved uncle, but Duncan is checking into something that might lead him straight to James.
I can't just hand over Mr. Rhea's clothes to you.
But, Mary, as I've told you, I'm the Ray's new chauffeur. I just arrived from Scotland, and he asked me to pick up his things.
Mrs. Rhea's always does that for him. You don't even have a slip.
Aye, well, she must have neglected to give it to me, but I'll bring it back later, I promise. And listen, I'll be doing a lot of these errands for the Rays from now on, so you'll probably be seeing a lot of me. I promise you, Mary, next time I won't forget the slip. Mary, what a grand old-fashioned name.
Well, you'll have to sign for it.
Aye, oh, gladly. I only need the one item today, the blazer that Mrs. Reyes brought in for pressing. And it is a bit of an emergency.
Oh. Is this it?
Aye, Mary. Indeed it is.
Yes, Matthew. Is Mrs. Dixon there? Oh, I see. No message. I'll call back later. Thank you.
Who are you trying to call?
Lucinda. I still don't understand what Paul was doing out there.
Lucinda is cooperating with James.
What? Why would she do that? She hates James.
All I know is that it has something to do with Craig.
Mom?
There you are. Oh, boy, am I happy to see you.
Look, Mom, I couldn't talk on the phone. Can't we please just compromise? I'll ditch school and stay here all day as long as I can see Andy after school.
Barbara?
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Nice
Hi.
surprise.
Oh, hi, Emily. Hey, Paul, I didn't know that there wasn't any school today.
Well, I couldn't be so lucky. Actually, I'm here. I'm doing a school project for my journalism class. I'm interviewing Mom.
It'll be warm enough? Yes, don't worry about Lily. I'm sure she's going to be fine. You're really very sweet girl. You really are. Have a nice day, okay?
Yeah, I will. Don't worry about me. Get to school safely.
This is a nightmare. It's just that bad. James tells me I have to produce the child on the ridge, and then, ironically, Dusty comes and he wants to go riding with Paul, and then John is going to join them. They're all going to go up on the ridge.
You've got to go to the police, Lucinda.
Yes.
Matthew told me you were in here. I have some wonderful news for two of my very favorite people.
Well, I didn't even know you were back in town.
Well, I just got back from the coast, dear. I think I found a possible replacement for Holden. He is divine.
Darling, I just don't think that I'm capable of dealing with all of that right now.
I think I'll make those phone calls now if you ladies will excuse me.
Darling, is something wrong? You seem so upset.
Well, I'm just in the middle of a really god-awful problem with Lily.
Lily, oh, well. Whatever she's done this time, you have my sympathy. What an age. Monica would strangle me for telling you this, but I think you should know. Since the young man in question is almost part of your family.
Young man in question? Who?
Lucinda, do you believe that my little Monica has a lover? She spent last night in the playhouse with Dusty.
Oh.
What was that?
I don't know.
How'd everything go? You're kidding. How'd a slimy little friend from Australia do, huh?
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Era Plus, protein power to cut clean through, and by Safeguard, for protection against body odor. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Hal.
Yeah, sure, you bet. But, you know, it's all in the line of duty.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I panicked earlier. I still can't figure out what Paul was doing out at Lucinda's.
Yeah, there must have been a real uproar when he got there, too.
Why?
Lily's missing. She disappeared last night.
I know. Hi, Hal.
Hi, Lisa.
Coffee.
Hi, Lila. I gotta
I'll
go.
walk you out.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. See you.
Well, certainly surprised to see them here together.
Oh, well, Barbara has never gotten over Hal, and I don't think she ever will. And I'm real glad, because once Tom and Margot get back together again, poor Hal will have somebody. He won't be left out in the cold.
Once Tom and Margot get back together again? You're a very optimistic lady.
Oh, honey, you and Casey make me optimistic. I'm sure that Margot, once she sees this wedding, she is not even going to consider divorce.
Well, I hope so. You know, Margot's going to be my matron of honor. And Tom is going to be Casey's best man.
What? Oh, this is marvelous. This is something I would have thought of. Lila, does Margot know about this yet?
Well, she knows that Casey asked Tom, but she doesn't know that he agreed. So anyway, can you find me the most perfect wedding dress?
Oh, please. Can paparazzi sing? So, when is it going to be?
Well, we don't have a date set yet, but it's going to be very soon.
Oh, that's not...
You know, Casey's entire family will be coming from Boston.
Oh, that is... I am so excited about this. Have you told everybody, Lila?
Yeah, just about. Oh, this morning I had the pleasure of telling Taylor all about it.
Oh, really? Oh, I wish I could have seen the expression on her face.
Well, you just may have the opportunity. It's probably still there.
So, how are things with you and Pamela?
Okay.
Just okay?
Well, things were just great until Lily came back, and now she's all insecure, and I don't know.
Well, the name of that tune. You know, you gotta talk to her. You gotta try and make her understand how you feel, you know? Or is she justified in feeling this way about Lily? Is that it? No, excuse me. Dr. Baldwin, Dr. Baldwin. You're not trying to avoid me, are you?
Well, of course not. I thought that I had congratulated you sufficiently earlier.
Oh, sure you did. I was just wondering, are you gonna come to the wedding?
I don't think so, for Lila's sake.
Oh, no. Come on. She wants you there. I want you there. You're the reason that we're together. All of your terrific, wonderful advice.
Well, anytime.
Well, listen, I have some advice for you, too. I think you should forget about Tom because he's gonna fight for Margot to the death, and even if it doesn't work out, he doesn't deserve you.
Oh, Dusty. Come here, sweetie.
How you doing?
It's so awful I had to cancel the Halloween party. It's too macabre to go into, but I'm going to make it up to everybody, and I'm going to have a New Year's Eve costume
Really?
ball. Isn't that great?
That's
Oh,
good.
excuse me.
Thanks. Great. Pam, hi. I just saw Shannon, and she said she's sorry she canceled the Halloween party, but she's going to have a New Year's Eve party. So isn't that...
Great.
What's the matter with you? Wait
Nothing.
a second. What happened? What's bothering you?
Let me ask you something. Did you enjoy spending the night with Monica last night, Dusty?
What are you talking about?
I overheard Mummy telling Aunt Lucinda this morning.
Pam, I swear. Come on. I don't know what you mean. Let me find out what this is about. I don't know.
Fine.
Good.
Hi, Dust.
Hi.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know. Ask him.
Listen, you gonna come riding this afternoon with Dustin and Andrew and Paul?
No, I don't think so. Excuse me.
What?
What?
Come here, I wanna talk to you a minute. Tell me something. When did Lucinda leave your place last night?
What are you talking about? I was out at the farm.
I want you, Antonio, out of the penthouse between 7 and 10 tonight.
I got a class. Margot.
Oh, yeah.
You must be so thrilled about your mom getting married. Are you going to be in the wedding party?
Oh, Taylor, I am thrilled, and I am going to be the matron of honor.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
If my mother were getting married, I would hope she would ask me. So, Casey, have you chosen your best man?
Yeah.
Well, is it a big secret?
No,
Well, who is it?
it's Tom.
Oh, how interesting. Well, I guess I've got to get back to the lab. Ciao.
Casey,
Talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Oh, damn right we will.
Sam. I need your advice. Lucinda's getting crazier than ever. I tell you, she's keeping something back from me. I don't know why. Paul Steinbeck came over to the house yesterday. Said he was concerned about Andrew, wondering if he could do anything for him. So I said, listen, why don't you guys come out after school tomorrow? You know, you could play tennis, maybe do some riding. The minute I said it, Lucinda's had nothing to do with it. She didn't want that to happen. I haven't a clue why. She just became very, very frightened. I think whatever is going on has something to do with Paul. What do you think? If you know something now, you better tell me.
John, I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Hi.
Iva, hi. How are you?
All right. Dusty and Rod told me about Lily, and I was just wondering if there's any news.
I talked to Sierra, or I tried to talk to Sierra, as a matter of fact, but the line was busy. It's probably Lucinda.
No, I don't think so, because I talked to Sierra, and she said that Lucinda had not called all morning long to find out if Lily was even back yet.
Why have you kept all this from John, Lucinda? It's bound to come out when Lily's released. Do you want to take that risk?
No, I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to, but I can't think about John now. There are real, big, huge risks that I cannot take. I cannot risk crossing James. He's a madman. I saw that last night. I cannot risk what James might do to Lily if he keeps her much longer, and I can't risk what he's going to do to Craig. Yes.
Lucinda, have you made all the arrangements?
James? Is Lily all right?
Yes, she's in perfect health. And she'll remain so as long as you cooperate. Now, what about Paul?
James, I will do anything that you want, except I cannot make this switch with Paul for Lily. I can't. Please, don't ask me.
I'm saying this for the last time, Lucinda. You have Paul out on that ridge at dusk. Because if you don't, I've warned you.
I could kill him. I could kill him, Ambrose. I could have killed him. I could have done it. I could have done it last night. I had the gun. I had it right at him, and I didn't. It wasn't worth it last night, but now he's got Lily. I can't. I don't know what to do, and I'm absolutely paralyzed, and I'm helpless, and I'm just not...
Lucinda, you've got to call Margot. You cannot handle this thing alone. Are you calling Margot?
No.
Well, who is it then?
Tonio, don't tell me you're still upset about finding Josh here.
This is the second time I've come home unexpectedly and found you and the bed in a state of upheaval. Now, Meg, how can I help but be suspicious?
Ah, Mr. Reyes, your secretary wasn't in the outer office, so I took the liberty.
What do you want?
The truth. You're going to tell me all about your dealings with James Steinbeck.
I have no dealings with James Steinbeck.
Oh, the police might think differently if I were to tell them everything I already know.
Then why don't you tell me what you think you know?
The police found a button belonging to a man's jacket under the docks, where I had a little run-in with Nick Costello. They think Steinbeck's been using that spot as a meeting place for his accomplices here in Oakdale. So naturally, they're very interested in talking to whoever lost that button. Imagine my surprise when Shannon told me she saw you wearing a blazer with buttons identical to the ones the police found. You know, I took the liberty of going to the cleaners today to pick up your blazer. And lo and behold, Shannon was right.
You took the liberty. You have no right to any of my
Why
possessions.
are you protecting Steinbeck?
I'm not protecting Steinbeck. I hate the man.
Well, a great many people hate James Steinbeck, but that doesn't prevent them from doing his bidding. He's a genius at using people. And you should know, the people he uses usually die young.
It would have been wise of you to make an enemy of me. I want you to return that jacket.
First, I want you to tell me where to find Steinbeck. Fine, you need time to think it over. All right, well, don't take too long. You may not have long.
Yes? What do you want?
We have to meet, amigo.
That's not possible.
No, it's an order. And it may be the last one you have to take from me. Sounds good, huh? Under the docks, half an hour.
Hi.
Hi,
I just saw Mama, and I didn't tell her about Lily.
Oh, good. Thanks.
And I tried to call Lucinda, but her line was busy. Do you have any idea why Lily took off this time?
I don't know why. But then there are a lot of things around here I don't know anything about.
Well, I talked to Holden, and he swears that he did not tell Lily that he knew that she was adopted all along. So I don't know what it is. I called Seth and told him to keep an eye out on the farm in case Lily shows up.
When Lily gets back, you tell Holden he better be honest with her. Lies have a way of destroying even the strongest love, you know?
I'm gonna look in on your ma. She always has a way of cheering me up.
I think it's the other way around. I want to thank you for helping her pull through all this.
I'm just glad she's doing better.
Yeah.
Losing her once hurt enough. I'll talk to you later.
Hey,
What's the matter? You have a fight with Dustin or something like that?
sort of. It's no big deal.
I hope not. You've been very good for him.
Dusty, what a marvelous surprise. If you give me a second, I'll walk you back up
I need
to
to
the
get a
house.
straight answer from you, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Why does your mom think that I spent the night here with you?
But she wasn't supposed to say that to anybody.
What are you talking about? Did you tell her that?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Look, I was in the most embarrassing
About what,
of situations
Monica?
I had to... Okay, look, Dusty, I know I can trust you, right? I know that you weren't interested in me right from the beginning, and there was this guy who wanted to date me, and... Well, he was here last night, and guess who walked in this morning but Mummy, who was supposed to be in L.A. She knew someone was in the bedroom, and I knew she wouldn't approve, so I made up a lie and told her it was you.
Okay, but Monica, how could you do something like that to someone? You got me in trouble with Pam because she overheard your mummy telling Lucinda.
I'll explain it all to Pam, okay?
I don't want to hear it. I don't need to hear it, okay? Just do me a favor. The next time you're going to do something like that, use someone else's name, all right?
Okay.
Fine.
Dusty, wait, don't go! Oh, wait a minute. Who cares? Soon I'll be thousands of miles away. James.
And I mean, I just know that Barbara is not telling me everything, and I just can't pick... You know, I wonder if Paul... Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry. Barbara? Something about...
What is the matter with you? I mean, you've been in orbit ever since you got back from the hospital.
I'm here.
Margot,
What?
this is me. Come on.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry. It's just... Casey told me today that Tom is going to be his best man, which means at the wedding we're going to be kind of paired off.
But Lila already told you that Casey was going to ask.
I know he's going to ask him. I just thought Tom would have the good sense to say no.
Margot?
What?
Hey, you got company out here.
Oh, hi, Rod. I'm
Hey.
sorry I missed you last night. What's up?
Oh. I'm not sure it's anything, but I talked to Betsy, and she thought that I should tell you. It's about Emily Stewart. I stopped out at the cabin last night to look in on her. I promised Betsy that I would. Emily comes to the door. She seems kind of jumpy, and then her mother shows up with John Dix, and she gets even jumpier. She uses me as an excuse to get rid of them. It seems strange. It made me think that maybe she was waiting for Steinbeck or one of his men. I mean, I don't have any proof or anything, but I thought I should tell you.
Well, I'm glad you did. We'll look into it.
Do you think Steinbeck's in Oakdale?
We don't know, but if you see or hear anything else that you think is suspicious, you'll let us know?
I will. I will. You got a phone around here?
Oh, we have lots of them, but you can use them.
May I use one?
Roy, will you give them a line on my
Thanks.
desk? Thanks. So what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, Emily Stewart could have spent the night with Steinbeck for all we know.
You know,
I just don't think it's right for us to go and question her again.
Oh, this is so unbelievable. Do you realize that we have two, maybe three people here in Oakdale who could help us nail Steinbeck, and no one will come forward?
Well, we know that Steinbeck is using Paul to keep Barbara in line. He's probably got something over Emily, too.
And Lucinda. Iva told me something very strange today. Lucinda never called Sierra this morning to find out if Lily was back.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Lucinda never called because she knows Lily didn't run away.
Oh, Margot, come on.
I'm telling you, if
that's
you could have seen the look of panic in her eyes when I talked to her. Hal, I'm telling you, it's right. I know it's right. It's the timing, everything. If James wanted to have something to hold over Lucinda's head, then grabbing Lily is the perfect way to do it. I know that James Steinbeck has kidnapped Lily.
Listen, I gotta warn you. Lots of relatives on my mother's side are weepers. You see, these Irish, they cry over everything.
It's okay. It's okay. I hope you told everybody they're welcome to stay at the house.
Yeah, well, I think you ought to think twice about that, because it's a pretty big family.
How big?
Well, so far, 17 said they're coming for sure.
17 so far?
Yeah, but don't worry about it. Kids will just sleep in sleeping bags on the floor, and it'll be fun to cook for an army, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey, no one in your family has ever seen me. I think they're expecting someone Franny's age.
Oh, stop. No. The only thing they're going to think when they see you is how wonderful you are and how lucky I am. Right?
No.
Listen, I'm sorry Taylor popped the best man thing to Margot, too.
Well, that's all right. I mean, Mongo's gonna have to find out about Tom anyway.
Yeah, well, don't let her back out.
Don't worry, I won't.
Okay. Listen, I gotta get back to the ER. I'll see you later, okay?
Lila, have you got a minute?
Yeah, come on, sit down.
I wanted to talk to you about Margot.
What is it?
Well, I've been running a few tests on her lately in view of the 2 miscarriages she's had.
Audrey, is something seriously wrong with Margot? Come on in here. Thank you for responding so quickly. Sit down.
Well,
Come on,
actually,
sit
I was
down.
just about ready to call you because I heard about Lily. Have you heard anything?
Now, I didn't mean to sound at all mysterious on the phone, but this is very serious and it concerns Paul.
Oh, yes. Well, I know Paul stopped by this morning, unannounced, uninvited, and I will talk to him about it and make sure that from now on he only comes over when he is invited.
Good. I think that would be the best thing.
Is that all?
Darling, come on. It's time that you and I talked, and then...
Lucinda. Oh, Barbara, I didn't know you were here.
Margot? Has something happened to Lily?
No, Lucinda, we haven't heard anything yet. I just came here because I wanted to ask you some questions.
I think I'll go then.
No, Barbara, I wish you'd stay. I think I'd like to ask you these questions, too.
Antonio, right on time.
Let's make this quick, James.
Yes, I have my plan in operation right now, but in case problems come up, I still may need your help in getting my son.
No, I've already told you I won't help you.
Oh, I think you will, because you won't like the alternatives.
I'm sick of this, James. You can tell the police anything you want. I'd rather face those consequences than deal with this any longer.
I think you should be curious in what the consequences will be. That macho pride of yours could take a real beating.
What are you talking about?
I'm certain you've noticed a change in your wife since you've been back from your trip. Have you ever considered there could be another man?
Be very careful what you say.
I have been so far. You refuse to help me, and I'll tell the world I've been bedding your little wife for weeks now.
Paul, how are you doing in here?
Oh, I just feel kind of stupid missing school.
Paul, your mom just wants to make sure you're safe, that's all.
Yeah, I know. Emily, I don't want Mom to get hurt, and I don't want Dad to get hurt either. Just like you.
I know.
Listen, can I go for a walk around the block?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Please, it'll take 5 minutes. I just
Paul.
want to so... Okay, how about if I just hang out up front?
That's okay. But behave yourself. What the hell are you doing here?
I gotta find James Steinbeck, and I think you know where he is.
What are you talking about?
You've seen him, haven't you? Or talked to him.
You're crazy, Rod.
Emily, listen to me. He may have kidnapped Lily. I gotta find him. If you know where he is, please, for the love of God, tell me. My daughter's life could be at stake.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Fashions by Aquascutum of London, 5th Avenue, New York. Join us tomorrow for the Emmy Award winner.